Have you ever started writing a story for your book and thought, this has been done 1,000 times? Who's going to care? You're not alone in that thought. But here's the truth. Your story matters. It's how you tell it. That's what makes it unforgettable. In this video, I'm going to show you how to tell powerful, authentic stories in your nonfiction book without sounding like everybody else. We're going to cut through that noise and write stories that captivate your reader and showcase your unique message. If you're new here, I'm Sharon Halliday, your book coach and book outline specialist and founder of the Authentic Author Academy. I've got over 35 years of writing experience, and I created this channel to share ideas, insights, and instructions to help you write with purpose, power, and to make progress. And isn't that what we all want as writers? I know I do. So first, why do we even bother with this storytelling thing when you're writing something like a practical self-help how-to book? Because stories are what make your lessons land. It's that simple. You can give someone 10 steps for transformation, but if they don't feel anything, they won't take action. Now think about that for a moment. If your reader doesn't feel anything, they won't take action. We've all been there where we've read a book that promises powerful transformation, life-changing this and life-changing that. We turn the last page and we say to ourselves, well, that was a good read. But now what? Books have to make you feel something to compel you to make changes in your life. And that's where the power of storytelling comes in. And here's the kicker. I believe that anyone can be a great storyteller. It's just a skill like anything else that can be learned. A powerful story does 4 things. 1, it builds trust. Number 2, it demonstrates credibility. Number 3, it creates an emotional connection. Number 4, it guides the reader from knowledge to change to freedom, because ultimately that's what most readers are seeking. A powerful story delivers way more than just inspiration. It moves the reader from knowledge, what they didn't know before, through change, how that new insight impacts them, to freedom, the ability to make different choices and get different results because of what they've learned. Think about it. Do you remember the last framework you read, or the last story that made you feel it was written just for you? There are many transformational teachers who say that the journey goes from information to transformation to liberation. I say storytelling becomes the bridge between knowing and becoming. And that's because stories stick. But most nonfiction writers get stuck because they think storytelling equals oversharing. Or maybe they're afraid to be too vulnerable. So we're going to fix that with what I consider the 3 must-have stories. Now, these are the 3 stories that I believe every transformational nonfiction book needs. So we're just going to go over those briefly. Your origin story, number 1. It's about telling us how you discovered the thing that you're teaching now. So this isn't your life story. That's what autobiographies are for. It's the I had a breakdown or a breakthrough and here's what changed moment. Your pro tip is that if you anchor it to a single moment in time as opposed to a vague summary, it will be more powerful. Just for example, it was 3 a.m. I was sobbing into my steering wheel outside the 24-hour gym. It might be a story that you're telling about having a hard time with weight loss or body image, but you can see where giving more description and telling from your point of experience is way more powerful than just, you're showing, not just telling. Number 2, client transformation stories. Now, these are what showcase proof that your method actually works for real people. So this is where you keep it focused. Who were these people before? What did they try? And then what finally clicked? Number 3 is the relatable failure moments. Now, these are what humanize you and prevent you from the dreaded guru effect. So it's like sharing small moments, like the struggles that your readers can relate to. Think of things like, missing a deadline and what that meant, or falling into self-doubt, or almost quitting. Now, it doesn't mean that you can't still have those big challenging moments that you explain and describe. But when you have a lot of those relatable failure moments, people can really connect with you. Here's a bonus tip. If you're sharing real stories, please be mindful that changing a name is sometimes not enough. If someone can still recognize themselves in the details of your story, you could run into legal issues. So what's the safer option? Using composite characters or changing identifying details significantly, but then always disclose that you've done that, and it protects you and your subject. It's really important when you're writing nonfiction. So while protecting people's privacy is essential, there's another challenge that trips up a lot of writers, and that's making your stories actually stand out. Because, let's be honest, in a world full of I hit rock bottom and then I had a breakthrough narratives, how do you make sure your story doesn't sound like every other book on the shelf? And that's what brings us to the golden question. How do you make these stories actually feel fresh? Here's a 3-part framework that I give to my clients to do just that. But I've also put together a deeper breakdown of like a free resource inside my Facebook group. So if you want the full version, plus examples and a printable worksheet, you head over there after this video and grab your free resource. It's totally free, packed with value. The Facebook group is free, and we're developing such a lovely little community of writers there that all support each other and give feedback, and we share what we're working through, and that's what it's all about. So let's go through these 3-part framework that I've created. Number 1, being specific is your superpower. I was going to try and say specificity. Oh my God, I actually said it. It's a tricky word. So I changed it. Being specific is your superpower. Don't say, I struggled with burnout. Say something like, I was sitting in the bathroom at work, staring at the taps, or staring at the back of the bathroom door, rehearsing how I'd tell my boss that I was just feeling off, when really I was one missed email away from a breakdown or a meltdown, whatever language you want to use. But that's how burnout I was. That unexpected detail, that's what sticks. Number 2, use the movie scene rule. Stories are scenes, they're not summaries. So take advantage of that. Include dialogue, include setting, and most importantly, include a clear emotional shift. So let us walk into the room with you. Let us feel what you're feeling. Number 3, tie it back to the reader's shift. Every story has to earn its place. After the scene, answer, so what does this mean for you, the reader? Turn the spotlight back onto them and connect your experience to the shift that they're trying to make. Now, this is the moment that most writers miss. It's how you elevate a personal anecdote into a powerful teaching moment. So just in case you missed it, that right there, my friends, is the gold. How do you turn the spotlight back onto your reader, connect your experience to the shift that they're trying to make, so that you're taking that personal anecdote and turning it into a powerful teaching moment. That is the key. So if you take one thing from this video, maybe it's this. Your story doesn't have to be dramatic. It just has to be real. Real is what resonates. Real is what readers remember. So this week, I challenge you to pick one story, maybe from a coaching session, a turning point in your own experience, or maybe even a mistake you've made, and shape it using this formula. Start with one vivid, specific moment, because being specific is your superpower. Let it unfold into an emotional pivot that the reader can feel. Now, this is where the movie scene rule brings it to life. Then lead it into one insight that sparks your reader's shift by tying it back to what matters most to them. Don't forget, I've got the more in-depth storytelling formula, which I've called From Story to Shift, a 3-part framework to make your non-fiction stories unforgettable. You'll find in the file section of the Authentic Author Academy, and it's how you'll learn to tell stories from the heart. This is what's going to set you apart, make you stand out in a crowded book marketplace, but also help you stay true to yourself, which is the ultimate. Now, let me know in the comments, which part of storytelling do you need the most help with? Because this is something I would love to create more content around. Which part of storytelling do you need the most help with? And don't forget to like, subscribe, share this video with a fellow coach or someone who's finally ready to write their self-help, non-fiction, transformational how-to book. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video.